Pro League Season 12. It's a final match day, and alongside me, it's Guiete. How are you doing?
You almost had it right. It's Jeet.
Jeet. Jeet. We'll get there in the end.
Yeah, we'll get it eventually. I mean,
Yeah.
it's on me for picking such a weird name. But everything is fine, man. I'm looking forward to this. We got two bangers of best of threes going on tonight. GODSENT versus Ego is going to be interesting for sure. Ego have played great this season, so let's see how that one goes.
Yeah, definitely, and it's going to be Agio's match pick here as we head in towards Vertigo, MHL. He'll be able to open up the site pretty quickly, and he's going to follow it up as well, but Stiko is still around, and Stiko is going to try and find shots. He's going to keep his team in it, but left in a 1 versus 3. Can he get anything? No, it's MHL with the 4K. And nice way to start off the round there. Start off the game for MHL.
Absolutely. Beautiful stuff there from Ego. This is something that we're going to see a lot from Ego on this one. It's Vertigo. It's one of their better maps. And as I said, they've actually played pretty well this season. They've had some, like, unfortunate losses this season, but they've also had, like, 2 great victories.
Yeah.
So they played,
G2, I think it was.
Yeah, exactly. G2, was it yesterday or the other day? Whatever.
I think it was one of the recent days, but yeah, they managed to get a 2-1 victory over G2, and that's obviously a big scalp to take because now they've basically got the same score as G2 right now as we head into the final match day. So yeah, definitely a good result, as you say, and one they'll take with a bit of comfort. But against GODSENT, bottom of the table, neither of these teams are really, well, neither of them can actually get themselves into the playoffs, can they?
Nah, the only match that actually matters today is the one on the main stream, or at least here for Group A it is.
Yeah.
That's the only match that actually has any merit. So none of these two teams can actually make it through to the playoffs. But at the end of the day, I mean, it's obviously if you're GODSENT, you want to prove to yourself that you're not like an absolute fluke and you haven't like dropped off Counter-Strike entirely. Because they haven't had a great season. They only have 1 victory this season.
Yeah.
So they got to step it up here. And Ego, they've played pretty well this season, as I said. It's going to be interesting to see if they can keep that up in this one. It's going to be Farley here, though. Hitting a nice little shot, but Kruby returns the fire. Did he get a flashbang kill? I think he did. Like, with a flashbang?
I didn't see, but maybe. I mean,
either way, he gets a nice little triple. That's a good way of closing that round out. This is going to be 2-0 here for Ego. And obviously, it's something that we see quite a lot on Vertigo. It's pretty heavy T-sided, I would say. It's very difficult to like hold off the aggression on either of the 2 bomb sites. So it's going to be interesting to see how GODSENT battles that, how they combat it. And as I said, Ego, this is a pretty good map for them. So they've played it, I think, 12 times. Yeah, 12 times in the last 3 months. They have a 67% win rate, which is pretty good, honestly. And that's also against teams like the other teams here in Pro League.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, there's a reason they've picked it, so we'll see, obviously, if they can continue momentum here. Just against the Deagles once more, I think it should be pretty open and shut case. I mean, Farley flashed in, T250, can't quite find the shots. As it's just a few of these GODSENT players left, and they're just saving themselves for this next buy. Allow Agio to that 3rd round, and then try and fight back from there. But if they can find a little bit more damage here, already 1 kill found. Might just be able to try and keep the Agio economy a little bit closer, give them a little less cash to be using in these next rounds. I mean, maybe a kill could be the difference between an extra round of buy or an instant eco. There's another couple. So Agio, they are actually being tested quite a lot here. 3 kills coming through on the eco there for GODSENT. Just a few pistols brought up, and Agio, they'll have to rebuy a few weapons, but a few SMGs went into that one, so they won't be too fussed.
Yeah, it's just a pretty good round there from GODSENT, all things considered. They want to try and see if they can deal some economic damage towards the opposition, and they managed to do that in a round like that. Really good round, honestly. And as you said, all they want to try and do here is keep that economy in check on the Ego side and make sure that they like take care of their own economy at the same time. But obviously, still plenty of money here for Ego to buy out once more. It is going to be Ferlin who drops Stiko. Quick aggression coming up towards the A-ramp area.
you almost thought there Maiden inside the smoke might have had a chance to do something sneaky, but Furlan sniffs him out. Another kill for him, and GODSENT, this isn't looking too good so far. A 3 on 5, but Zen's aggression here managed to get in front of the flashbang, and that won't blind him. And now, this could be everything for GODSENT. He's going to be on the flank. Is Fiku going to spot him, though? Oh, no. Zen, he's got the angle. He's got the kill, and Fiku will fall. But now that flank, he can't really hold it anymore. The AGO players are going to be waiting for him. He's not going to have the element of surprise. So he is just going to have to back away and try and regroup with his teammates. Just the one and done. Get away. Keep himself alive. And as you see, his teammates really need him on this site as they're starting to fall once more. Crystal gets taken down. Now it's just Zen and Farlig. 2 versus 4 in the first gun round, and AGO look like they want to make a statement here early on. This is clean as well, 4 players alive, but, I mean, they're trying to find an angle here, these GODSENT players. Well, there goes for them both. Furlan is looking pretty on point, 4 kills for him. I mean,
great aggression there from Furlan, just, like, beelining it up on the A ramp, basically, and taking care of every single player all on his lonesome. Oscarish gets the last little frag at the end of it. Kind of a steal of the ace, I think. Furlan was actually in a pretty good position to potentially find that kill as well, but obviously you want to make sure that you survive, so rather have him, like, Oscar get the kill than him dying. But yeah, great aggression there from Furlan.
Yeah, he's had a great start so far, and I mean, is that actually wallbangable?
I had no clue.
I mean, with a deagle, looks like it. The more you learn. I feel like Overwatch cases on CSGO are the best way to learn wallbang spots.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Just have people running around with autos. Oh, right, that's pretty thin there, okay. But, yeah, I mean, GODSENT pistols once more. AGO should be able to rocket themselves a 5th here. There's Fiku with the opening, so just a bit of security for them. No little sneaky plays for GODSENT. There is a bit of a stack, though, towards B. A couple of players alongside the one that's already dead, but, I mean, AGO they'll be happy with the start so far. And if they can get themselves a 3rd win this season, that's definitely just going to help them out, especially if, like, they can... Because obviously G2 are going to be playing today, and they've got Na'Vi to play. So, I mean, is that going to be... that's not going to be an easy matchup for the G2 side. Simple, obviously, just an outrageous player. It's likely that G2 don't even pick that game up, so it could be that AGO actually beat out G2 in this season if they win here.
Yeah, as pointed out, it doesn't really matter all that much in the great scheme of things. Yeah. Like, they can't make it to playoffs, so it's not like a massive deal whether they win or lose here, but obviously they want to make sure that they prove themselves the best they can. They want to make sure that they show that there's a pretty good reason why they're playing in Pro League. I know there's been not necessarily doubt, but definitely like some raised eyebrows of some of the teams. Like probably Ego is one of them, Spirit maybe even, and both of those teams have actually played absolutely great this season.
Yeah, and certainly beating G2 would be a little bit of a stamp of approval. But not to say that if they don't, it's a terrible season or anything. But it's certainly just a little bit of a little extra you can say on top of a little cherry on the cake, you could say. But we do get ourselves into a full buy now, and Maiden will be having that AWP. Does have armor with it, so luckily we don't have a glass cannon set up, which is always a bit worrying to see. Some people can make it work, some people can't, and Furlan, he's taken a lot of damage early on. He's left on just 5 HP, and that's going to be him basically out of the action. He can try and back up his teammates, maybe just be the bomb mule, I guess, as Crystal will finish him up, so there's no chance of that. In towards mid, they try and push. Then with a nice angle by the sandbags, he's going to be holding them back and locking down this mid portion of the map. And that means that Farlig is free just to defend that B site. Doesn't need to worry about the mid push through the boost. And Zen's going to go aggressive, look for more. And it's all up towards MHL. 30 HP and 5 players to find. I mean, 8 kills already to his name. But what are the chances of him putting a few more on the board here while trying to save this up?
He might get 1. I don't think he's going to get much more than that. But obviously the best he can do here is try and see if he can hold on to that AWP. That's obviously going to be a huge challenge for him. But if we take a quick look at the money on the Echo side of it, we actually have enough money for them to buy up for the next round as well. And even if he'll lose this weapon, they will still be able to afford that AWP. But obviously, want to try and make sure that they rack up the cash early on. But yeah, 5-0 start for Ego, and now GODSENT finally finding a round here. And it's a clean one, or at least it seems like it's going to be a clean one. As I say that. MHL does take care of Stiko. Sin shuts him down eventually. And GODSENT do manage to pick up their first round on the ball. Big celebrations.
Yeah, celebrations all right. A little pat on the back for a few of these players, I think. Yeah, it should be. It should hopefully be the start of something here for GODSENT. On the CT side, it's certainly a chance for them to pick up some rounds. I think if they can build a bit of cash here, it's going to help them out massively. So 4 players alive there, always good. Always a nice little bonus for a round, but obviously they need to try and follow it up. Which with the double AWPs, I mean, going for it early on, it might be something that catches AJ off guard, because AJ with just the 5 AKs, they didn't have enough for the AWP. I mean, EQ maybe could have dropped one over, but they're just going to try and hit this A site instead. A bit of utility usage on the AJ side that does actually force Maiden out of that angle, for fear of really being tagged down by the nade.
They gotta make sure that they throw a molly in that position. It's a very common position to be sitting in with an AWP, so a molly on top of those sandbags or whatever it is on the back of the site there, very important stuff. Pretty much always want to have a molly in that position if you're gonna go for an A execute. They are eventually gonna make their way forward. Maiden changed up his position, finds the frag on Fico. Groovy answers back. Stiko, nice double there. Beautiful shot onto Groovy. It's gonna be looking for a little bit more. It's now gonna be all on Oscar and Furlan. Furlan picking up that AWP, finding a good frag onto Farley. Takes a good amount of damage in the process though. Needs to be careful. He's very low on HP, but finds yet another. That's a good kill. Furlan's still very much alive. Oscar trying his luck through the smoke, not quite finding anything just yet. Still lurking here.
That I thought Crystal was going to be looking the other way. He is now. And it's a 1-for-1. And Furlan with 7 points of health. 7 seconds on the board. Deco just going to bail
time,
out.
Unfortunately. Yeah. That's a really good attempt, though. That was a 2-on-4 situation. Furlan managed to get a triple kill in that one. Like, that's a really, really good round, especially considering how it looked for Ego in that one. A bit unfortunate that they dropped the bomb there at the very end and didn't manage to get it down and eventually lost the round. But all things considered, 2-on-4 situation, you managed to bring it down to a 1-on-1. You actually pick up the AWP as well. Not going to help them a ton in this round, of course. It is going to be an eco, but hey, not a bad round at all.
Yeah, I mean, Furlan's been playing pretty well as well, so you wouldn't count him out for a few kills with his AWP. Especially as he's going aggressive here towards the A-ramp. He's going to be working his way through the scaffold, and Stiko wisely will back away, I think. Doesn't really want to be challenging a Furlan with an AWP, but Madden thinks he will, and actually will win it out. He's got confidence, and he's got the skills to back it up. He looks for a little bit more. It's just pistols that remain, as long as they can't get themselves that weapon. And oh no, he's being overrun by pistols. Zen's gonna have to swing in to try and stabilize things. There's a lot of missed shots, not really many people dying as they try and push their way up the ramp. Nico's gonna feel a little bit of the force through that wall. He's spammed down to 30 HP, and Ruby's trying to finish him off through the smoke, but with the AWP, it's a little harder to do than with a rifle.
GODSENT actually needs to be a little bit careful here, because they've already lost one player. Stiko has already taken a good chunk of damage. They're up against an ecoing opponent.
Yeah.
Well, obviously we had that AWP on Furlan, which got switched over to, I believe it was Ruby, and Fico, he picks up an AWP as well. So now it gets very dangerous here for GODSENT, even more so.
Oh no.
Beautiful shots here from Fico. Stiko, he does manage to answer back, finds one on Groovy, but his position is known. Oh no! The timing. That's unfortunate, man.
That was going so well for AGO. And then he pulls out the knife. The other guy walks around the corner with a knife out. It's just, oh, that could have been a beautiful round for AGO off the back of that single AWP. I mean, Furlan didn't actually find anything with it, but certainly there was damage that came off the back of the trade kills, and obviously the double up set up Vertigo finding a couple. It was nice to see. But,
so again, they do manage to deal a lot of economic damage towards GODSENT in a round where they don't really have any business dealing any. I mean, they could potentially find a kill or two, as we said, going into the round, but the chances of them finding that many kills in an eco round is slim to none. So again, we gotta be thinking about GODSENT. How is this happening? Like, what are they doing that they shouldn't be doing? How do they change it up? Should we see them, like, go for a bit of a strong gamble towards the A-bomb side? Because it doesn't seem to be working that well over at A.
No. I mean, what I was going to say last round, considering this one's pretty much done now. Like, the bomb's down on A, the locked out the round, it's a 5-on-3. What I was going to say about last round was Maiden getting caught early on with that AWP, even though he finds that opening kill on towards Furlan over by the scaffolding. He probably should just back away there. He tries to stick around, tries to give them an even bigger advantage, but in a round like this, you don't need to do that. Or a round like that was, against just the low buy. You don't need to do that, and it's sort of... It's gambling more than you should be in a 5-on-4, because you've gotten that advantage, you've sort of secured yourself a pretty simple round, and I think trying to go for more, that's generally what you do in a 5-on-5 on a gun round, but yeah, I mean, they come out of the round either way. This time, though, it's AJO who answers back, and he's just going to wiggle his way in there for the upgrade M4. As AJO 6-3. A run of a few rounds for GODSENT, but as you were saying with the economy, they don't have none. So basically, it's going to have to be... Well, what can they get? An MP9 for Crystal, a P250 for... Oh, there is an AWP on the floor for Maiden. Okay, that's not too bad. A FAMAS, couple M4s, MP9 for Crystal. Not the end of the world for GODSENT, but after a run of a few rounds, you'd be hoping for a little bit better, wouldn't you?
It could have definitely been a lot worse than what they're currently wielding. But yeah, as you said, 3 rounds in a row, and this is what they come out with. That's a little bit worrying. Furlan, he gets the opening frag again. He's just relentless in his pursuit over towards the A-bomb site. Beautiful stuff from Furlan thus far.
Yeah, he's certainly been a scourge for the GODSENT side of Maiden. He's going to have a little peek in through the alleyway to try and find a frag, but there's nobody there anymore, really. Furlan, the only player who's residing towards that A ramp. The rest of his team are over towards this B bomb site, and Farlig and Zen going to have a bit of a fight on their hands here, I think, as they start to push forward. Farlig, he's actually going to be able to combine for the first. He gets a second kill, but Zen now towards the back of the site. He's being wallbanged down by the AWP, but squirrels his way through the smoke to safety. Groovy's low HP, just 18 points of health from him, and MHL isn't much better off. So these two players will need Furlan to come in for support, and you can see them trying to hold back Crystal. If he goes forward with MP9, he could find a lot of damage. And he's going to go forward. He is going to find one. Groovy will fall. That leaves just 2 for ADO side. They're going to try and dart over towards this A site. Are they going to be there in time, though? I think so.
Yeah, they should make it.
Yeah.
The rotation is really good on the T side, actually. You can pretty quickly go from the B ramp area to the A bomb site itself, which is exactly what we see here from Ago. So, good decision to just beeline it. We need to be careful for that flank, though. We do have one player sneaking up, don't we?
Yes, I think it is Zen. Over by the A ramp, I think? Yes.
Yeah. Man, decent positioning there, but he needs to be careful as well. Oof, MHL actually gets the tag, but unfortunately won't find the frag. Crystal shuts him down eventually. They do have a couple of kits to work with as well, so obviously we'll be able to get the defuse in.
That was well played from GODSENT in the 3-on-2 there. They got that one kill from behind on Zen, and then that's forcing the AWPer to look the other way. I think it was MHL to look down towards the A ramp and try and pick off that player, and that's just allowed the other 2 players to push forward and deal out the round. So well played. Not overextending there from Zen, not getting a little overzealous with that flank, and with AGO calling themselves a timeout. They can get themselves a buy up here, like with over 5k per player. There's plenty of cash. It's just going to be, what do they bring to the table? Do they get MHL on that AWP? Do they just go for the 5 AKs? That is going to be the deciding question here. As GODSENT, they'll have themselves double AWPs. MHL will get himself up an AWP as well. So, it should be a pretty strong buy for both teams.
I think at this point for Ego, it's just about figuring out exactly how to I guess surprise GODSENT. Because one of the things with Vertigo is honestly, like, it's just rushing A time and time again, and that's one of the reasons why so many people don't like the map. I actually think the map is brilliant to
I
play,
love it.
and I love watching it as well.
Oh yeah, this Vertigo has become my favorite map in the Counter-Strike pool right now. Mostly just because it's so fresh. As
Yeah, exactly.
Furlan just get an opening there onto Stico. He's been caught a few times now towards this A-bomb site early on, GODSENT, and maybe just needs to sit back a little bit more with his teammates. But Vertigo certainly, I think, especially with the changes that were being made, sort of every couple weeks to Vertigo when it initially came out, so it was changing little aspects of it. It was so fun to see like the team sort of adapt and switch and slide to try and make better of those changes. For example, like the changes like the ladder room and stuff like that, and then the boost change in mid. It's really changed the map, that with the boost being moved further back in towards mid. So I'm certainly enjoying it. I'm hoping I'll enjoy it for a little bit longer, but ex-AGO, I'm sure they'll be enjoying it if they can pick up this round. But Maiden, he's going to be able to get an equalizing kill, but he's forced forward by the Molotov, and Crystal always found a little bit of sanctity over by Ivy, but that's going to be cut short pretty soon. Furlan and Oscarich, they both pick up a kill, and it's only Farlig who remains a 1-on-4. And well, I mean, he's gonna have confidence in himself. Maybe that was misplaced though, as he's found in the edge of the smoke. I think he was sticking out a little bit there. But AGO, a 7th on the board, and they'll keep going on this pretty strong T side so far.
Yeah, that was a very, very good round in terms of utility damage. So already, I'm just having a look at the stats here, and already we got Furlan on 153 utility damage. That's pretty good. Well, then again, he's on a 2-0 KD, so he's doing pretty well already. And like, everyone is doing all right in terms of utility damage. That's a bit of a lie. MHL and Groovy not really getting a whole lot done with the utility, but that round definitely helped out for that utility damage. Beautiful couple of mollies on the backside.
Interesting as well, seeing GODSENT drop a smoke towards the sandbags after Molly, because it's a fake that someone's there, and they're just going to go aggressive. Stico and Crystal, they pick up a kill apiece, and Zen with a solo M4. They did force by as much as they could into this round, and they've managed to bring themselves a 3-on-3 early on.
It's a pretty good start here for GODSENT, and this is exactly what they need. They need to take some chances, because a lot of the time what we see, as I said before, is like the T side just basically rushing A more or less every single round, and you having a hard time dealing with it on the CT side. So what you need to see on that CT side is a little bit of aggression every once in a while, down towards the ramp area, or just holding back and going for that 5-on-5 retake. This could turn interesting very shortly, though. Vertigo, nice little double, beautiful stuff there from Oscarich as well, and that helps it out massively. Vertigo do manage to hold on to it, but a bit too close for comfort.
Yeah, I mean, it looked good there. 3-on-2. But Vertigo, he holds the line as his teammate gets that bomb down, and then they join forces to get that final kill. Very nice work from AGO as they do secure the lead for halftime. So they've got themselves the 8 on the board. GODSENT, a few rounds left to play for, and it's going to be an eco in this one. So x-kom AGO, they're probably going to find themselves 9. Unless GODSENT can work up some kind of miracle.
Ooh.
Maiden. There's a little bit of a glimmer of hope as he picks up an opening kill towards Fiku towards that B ramp. Just goes aggressive down the stairs and will pick up the kill with the P250. Upgrades the AK-47 as well, but no armor for him. Is certainly going to be a bit of a situation to overcome. Aim punch could really ruin him, and he's going to be on the flank here. He could find a quick shot onto one of these players. And he is going to get down Oscarich, and with the support from a teammate as well, he's going to find that one kill and back away, hopefully baiting in his teammate. But MHL towards the site, he's still going to be finding frags. GODSENT, they do have themselves a 4-on-3 and Farling. How's this happening? How are GODSENT finding these kills? It's going to be the advantage still for them. Farling peeks out again, can't quite find the shot. Zen with the USP will get one, and Groovy is now left all alone in a 1v2. An AK in front of him, a USP behind him.
Ooh.
Which does he go for? And over the top, he's going to find Maiden, and he's going to dart over towards that B site. By the looks of things, drops a nade, and Zen with the AK-47 now collected. It's a 1v1 and Groovy's baited out that he's gone towards the B site, but he's waiting for Zen, and he's going to win it out and deny GODSENT their dreams, as it will be a night for AGO. GODSENT, I mean, that rubble attempt there, 4 kills with just USPs and a P250.
Yeah.
I mean, that's not bad. That is not bad. Probably could have had the round there if they maybe played a little bit closer together, if Maiden maybe just went a bit safer, waiting for his teammate to try and regroup with him towards that A site. I mean, little nitpicking, 4 kills is still pretty good.
Farley once again living up to his name. It means dangerous in Danish, and he certainly is. Like, he's done this a couple of times already, hitting shots when he's not supposed to, taking out a couple of players and making the rounds very interesting. He doesn't make it easy for AGO. AGO still in the lead with a 9-4. Not a bad beat here for AGO. He should be able to get a 10th as well. Let's see. Crystal pushes forward. MHL will shut him down. He actually doesn't manage to deal all that much damage. Fico, in the meantime, he connects onto Farley over on the B-bomb side. He's now going to be pushing forward. The B-bomb side is open as well, so that's a pretty good position. We see the rest of the players rotating out as well. 2 of them actually sticking by over towards the A-bomb site to try and take care of the last couple of players. Mitchell, he has to reload. Stico, eventually he goes down, and that's a clean round. Couldn't really be much better there for AGO, and as I said, they would be getting that 10th round eventually. It is a fairly T-sided map after all. And AGO, as I pointed out, they're pretty good on this map. They've played it 12 times the last 3 months. They have a roughly 70% win rate, so not bad at all for AGO. It's going to be interesting to see how the second half plays out, though. As I said, it is a T-sided map. GODSENT should be okay on that T side as well. I know that Farley is pretty good on this map on the T side, so if he steps it up, and Stico should be able to, Madden as well, could potentially be interesting in that second half.
Yeah, I mean, it was a disappointing last round for GODSENT, but with pistols, maybe they could find something. Never mind. Fiku is going to deny Farley his life. I mean, he's going to secure himself a triple. It's all going wrong. A quad kill for Fiku, and Groovy will finish things up. So it is going to be 11-4 for AGO as we head into halftime, and yeah, a nice first half.
Yeah, pretty good first half here for AGO. 11 on the board. That's not bad at all. GODSENT, I mean, we can see it on the scoreboard. We can see we got 6 kills on Crystal. We got 6 kills on Farley. And Farley was actually, he had some high impact kills. We saw that round over on the B-bomb side where he played all the way up towards the plywood and just sat there and waited for them. His trigger discipline was pretty good as well. He didn't shoot the first player immediately. He waited for him to push out a little bit further, gave him a chance for a secondary kill. It got stolen from him, but that doesn't really matter. He managed to deal a lot of damage is what I was trying to say. And he's done that in eco rounds as well. Now what we need to see him do, and the rest of GODSENT on that T side, is all of them step up their game a little bit and obviously get those kills in the gun rounds and not the eco rounds.
Yeah, the thing is, the problem, as you allude to, it is just the gun rounds where they're sort of reverting back to a sort of laid-back setup, almost, where they're not really taking the chances. And the pistols have been promising, but now that time's gone. They're on the T side. They have to be aggressive on the T side at some point or another, so hopefully they can try and channel a bit of their inner sort of rush B, I guess, and try and get themselves a few rounds on the board here, because this is obviously AGO's map pick. You expect an AGO to win this one out, but maybe not in a fashion that's sort of indicative of the current scoreline.
It is a little bit interesting because, like, according to the bookmakers, GODSENT are slight favorites in this matchup. But if we look at Pro League, like just Pro League results, Ego, they've played way better than GODSENT this season. Like, even in the matches that they lose, they're still getting a map. They're still getting, like, a good amount of rounds on the board. So, Ego have actually played really well in this season of Pro League. GODSENT, they've struggled a bit. And yeah, I don't know, man. I had this feeling going into this one that Ego should come out on top. But whether it's going to be a 2-0 or a 2-1, I'm not entirely sure. And, I mean, this one is going to go to Ego. I'm pretty confident in that, unless something crazy happens. Because, once again, they're pretty good on this map. It's their choice. They're now going to be on the CT side of it. So, GODSENT, they really need to step up their game here if they want any chance of getting, like, a victory here on Vertigo.
Yeah, I mean, obviously the pistol round is... I feel like it's a bit of a cliche, but if GODSENT really want to try and challenge for this first map, the pistol round is almost a must. If you can pick that up, secure a couple follow-up rounds, you know, 7 on the board, 6 or 7 on the board, it's a little bit closer to that score of AGO's 11, but still, you've got a bit of ways to go. It is going to require the hustle in those gun rounds, so it is going to have to be a different kind of GODSENT on the second half, and I'm not sure if they could bring that, personally. I think Vertigo is just not a map they're too accustomed to. AGO are just the better Vertigo team, as sort of the stats suggest, as we are going to get ourselves into the second half now, so...
It is a little bit interesting, though. GODSENT actually have the exact same win rate on Vertigo, but they've only played it half as many times as AGO. So, obviously, like, the win rate is not as impressive when you only have six times played in the last 3 months, where AGO, they've played it 12 times, so...
Yeah.
It makes sense that AGO goes for a map like this, because out of all of the maps, this is their best. You could potentially say something like Inferno, and that is going to be the deciding map in this best of 3 series if we get that far. And that's a pretty good map for Ego as well. So, regardless of how this goes, I see a real good chance for Ego to actually pick this one up.
Yeah. I completely agree. And obviously, the more you play a map, the easier it is for other teams to see what you do and try and anti-strat you. Which GODSENT are struggling with at the moment. They've... not read up on their AGO Vertigo demos enough, and, well, AGO on the CT side now will have a few little bits of utility. Oscarish and Furlan buying up a few nades. GODSENT there going to follow again Crystal as the grenade mules, and, well, Crystal forgot to jump for that one, I think.
Yep.
As that smoke comes crashing down, that's not where it's meant to land. And,
a little bit awkward.
Yeah, there's going to have to be the resmoke there. They're going to have to try and go for Ivy now, because they were going to use that second smoke, I think, for the deeper, so they could get out of the ramp. But they're forced just to mainly go through the Ivy position. You see those double nades as well? That's becoming really common as well on CT side, to double nade the default plant position. And a lot of teams now faking that, because it's been happening so much. But a 5-on-4 for AGO. They do pick up that opening kill, but the bomb planted. They're going to drop a smoke on it. Kind of lined up smoke as well for the default plant from AGO. Yeah, well,
this is going to be interesting, because the bomb is planted a little bit off center. Yeah. Exactly as you said, like, you planted a little bit out of default now because of those double nades, as you pointed out. And due to that, I think GODSENT actually forgot that they did that. So they couldn't quite line up the shots through that smoke. That's very awkward, honestly. Good aggression early on from GODSENT, but first of all, they mess up that smoke.
Yeah.
They forget to jump. And then they don't realize exactly where they've planted the bomb. This is falling apart completely at this point, I feel like.
Yeah, I mean, as I said in the half-time break, it was either going to be the pistol round for GODSENT or a very quick game. And I feel like it's going to be the very quick game here, as a little bit of aggression towards mid will come up with a one-on-one trade. But I think, okay, well, this is interesting. Somehow, GODSENT have found a few kills, and they've won it out. The Galils.
Not bad at all.
Yeah, the Galils work out, and maybe it was all part of the plan.
I think you're giving them a little bit too much credit.
Yeah, I mean, the way the economy is at the moment, I think it's just GODSENT making use of that. The bomb plant money, obviously, just the amount of the cash you can have as a T side in that second round, and the sort of strong buy you can get up. I think it's really favouring the T side when you actually get that CT first round.
Sure.
It's so common now to see Ts pick up the second round, and well, Ruby, he wants to fight back and finds one onto Zen. A eagle headshot. I'm not sure what wall he shot him through. Maybe just clipped him through the corner. But Farley, he's gotten aggressive towards this B site. I mean, not actually pushed in towards the site, but already up the stairs. Might be able to catch a player who's maybe looking for information. Doesn't really look like AGO. They'll want to go too far for this information. And, oh, Farley, he's been spotted out. Can't quite find the initial kill. The flashbang comes through. That is nice work to give Farley the opening, but there's still Ostrich there. It's a bit messy on the first kill, and now we can't follow up onto a second. So Stico and GODSENT, they are going to have themselves that bomb planted over towards B. A 3-on-3. Galil for Furlan, a couple of pistols. And, well, no kit.
And they do have the smoke, but as you said, no kit in play, so they need to hurry it up here. They need to get some pep in their step. And as they do, they get shut down. Beautiful triage of frags there. GODSENT do manage to pick up a couple of rounds. It's 12-6, not as horrible as it could have been. But yeah, as you pointed out, that second round, if you get the bomb down on the T side, you have a lot of money to work with. Gives you a real good opportunity to potentially win that one out. It's something that a lot of players have mentioned as well. That second round on the CT side is so difficult to defend. Because you're on those SMGs, and if there's just a slight range and you're up against Galils, you're probably always going to lose that fight.
Yeah, because even like just the rifles as well for the CT side are just so much more expensive. Like a Galil 1800, the FAMAS is 2200, and it's just, like the $400 difference. It doesn't seem like much, but it makes a big difference along with well, just the extra cash the teams get, and they're just mopping up this round just against the USPs. It's a lot of kills towards the ramp. Just 2 of them remain, and I think GODSENT should be able to get this all 5 players surviving. Never mind, spoke too soon. It's Furlan will find 2. Okay, I mean, more than the bargain for there, AGO, I think. And it is just Furlan still. And Zen's 20 HP. You could find that shot still. Never mind. I'm
That's
just...
a nice shot.
Whenever I say something, it's just... I don't believe in the caster's curse, but...
Oh, it's very real. Like, I don't believe in voodoo and all that weird stuff, but the caster's curse, there's something about it, man. It's every single time you say something, the opposite happens. It's so weird. Obviously, I'm joking. It's not a real thing. Don't sue me, okay?
The only curse I'm partial to is the overtime curse. That always seems to go my way, but always the last game of the day as well. It seems to come through, but we'll see what happens. I mean, not that I'm complaining. I love a good overtime or 2. But honestly, 60 rounds, that's a bit too much for me.
True. It wouldn't be that bad in the last game of the day, though, as we do have complexity versus phase.
Ooh, that would be a good one.
That's definitely going to be a banger.
Yeah, certainly. I am looking forward to that one. I mean, I came into this thinking that AGO GODSENT was probably going to be the better game to watch in terms of it being like a close affair and back and forth. But complexity phase, it depends what phase they're going to bring. Like, obviously they've really struggled this season. And, well, both of these 2 teams have as well as Groovy. Going to be able to extend the lead out for AGO and just trying to spam through the smoke. Can't quite find the shots. There's a bit of a totem pole over towards the B stairs as well. And that allows Zen to get one over the top of the smoke and at least find 1 frag back in return. But with the rest of his teammates across the map, stricken, it's just Zen and Stico. Make it just Zen and Ruby. He's going to secure himself a 3K. Nice work from AGO as they bring out the guns. They find a 13th and GODSENT. They do have the cash to buy up. Sort of. Naden. Gonna get a drop over to him. I think they should be alright for 5 AKs here. And it should be another chance for them. But if this goes the way of AGO, it's going to be 14. It's going to be a desperate buy in the next round, whereas AGO will find 15. So, must-win round here for GODSENT, I think. This could be their only route back into the game if they can find this. To AGO, they're certainly looking pretty on point.
Gonna be MHL with the first fill, and that's a good kill as well. Good positioning there, finds the double. This is gonna be not just difficult, but ooh, I was about to say almost impossible, and then he finds a nice little double action.
What were we just talking about there?
Yeah, exactly. It's a bit unlucky there for Groovy, honestly. Sen hitting some nice shots. Sen has definitely stepped up here for the second half, but you got to be wondering, is it maybe a bit too little, a bit too late? When the first half ends 11-4, it's very difficult to bring it back, no matter what. And you need to step up massively for that to happen. It's good to see Sen getting a couple of nice frags here and there, but he needs a little bit more than just a couple of nice frags every once in a while.
I mean, if nothing else, it's a little bit confidence. A little bit of confidence booster going into that second map, just so you feel, even if it's just one or two players who feel like they are ready to take on AGO, it can sort of just enliven that whole team up as GODSENT, they get the bomb down towards the site. They've got a player coming in from a ramp, and Zen, well, he's cognizant of that. He takes them down, and 20 on the board now for him, looking for 21.
Nice.
We'll find it. Good work from GODSENT as they keep themselves alive in this game.
Yeah, again, it's still not going to be easy. I mean, they're still in a 5-round deficit. We only need to see 3 more rounds on the board in favor of GODSENT, or in favor of Vago, excuse me, for them to close it out here. But this definitely helps a bit. A beautiful round there from Sin, especially getting a 4K in that round is brilliant. Still not going to be easy, but obviously this one is an eco, so that gives them a bit of wiggle room here, GODSENT.
Yeah, it should be a bit of extra cash built up if they can get it clean. And I admire the attempt. I admire the attempt with the Zeus. I would have been balling if he'd found that one. But yeah, I mean, he tries it. You could admire his effort to get the kill with the Zeus there. Also, I'll give points away as well for anyone who's able to use the dual Berettas, Zeus kills. Anything that is a little bit out of the ordinary, I do love to see. Ooh. Especially on rounds like this, but this is a pretty open shut case. Just NHL remains, and Farlig will remove him from the server.
Yeah, that Zeus attempt we saw is something that we can expect to see in games like this, where the result at the end of the day doesn't matter all that much. I mean, again, it's like a pat on the back. It's like a confidence boost if they do well in this game. And GODSENT, as I pointed out, they've had a pretty bad season. So obviously they want to see if they can, I guess, reclaim just a little bit in this game. They're already doing all right here on their T side of Vertigo, but they still got ways to go.
Yeah, nade kill a piece at the start of this round to open things up. I mean, GODSENT, they're only 4 away from the AGO side now, so they're certainly starting to make this first map a little closer. Even if it ended here, it'd be a much better scoreline than it was. But Maiden, he's not done with this game. 2 quick kills in towards that site, and it's going to be a 10th hit for GODSENT, surely. MHL and Furlan can't get their way back into this with a 2-on-4. It'd have to take some Herculean effort. And it looks like they are going to be going for the save as Maiden going to try and cut them down. Damage done towards Furlan. Can't quite find the kill, and MHL will save his old buddy out. But looks like it's going to be the round for GODSENT, surely.
Yeah, the MHL does manage to find. Ooh, what? They're still going for it? That's quite interesting.
Yeah, I mean, they get the couple kills there on the on the flank. Like they chase the CTs a little bit, and then there's a player on the flank as well that they managed to pick up. But it brings it into a 2-on-2. But the time has gone quite far down. They sort of just have to rush in, and I can sort of see why they went for it. but it's also a bit brash that I think the weapons would have been better served in this round, having already done damage to the GODSENT players.
Yeah, the problem there is, like, I can understand that they wanted to go for it, but the problem was that they hesitated. Because if they just, like, after they get that second kill, after MHL get that second kill with the AWP, if they just get very close to the bomb site at that point instead of holding back for even longer, that would have made a little bit more sense. For them to sit back for so long, it meant that they had to straight rush in and get very lucky to find the frags there. I think it's a clear-cut case of hesitating a little bit and then one of them making the call eventually, deciding, you know what, let's try and do it, and obviously didn't quite work out for them. That's a good amount of damage with that nade. Again, utility damage is pretty awesome right now for Ego. Good utility damage in this round as well. Zen does find one onto Furlan. Vertigo takes a lot of damage from a double nade up towards the B bomb side here. As I pointed out, look at the HP on the GODSENT players. Oscar a little bit unlucky. MHL, that's a good shot on
No!
Vertigo! That's beautiful as well. Beautiful double onto Crystal and Farley. Now Sen, he needs to be careful. Stepped up massively. And that's a dunk and a half. Do we still say Kobe? Rest in peace. 2 for 1. Couldn't really get much better than that.
Oh, I mean, just when you thought it was all over, I mean, he's still got one more play to find. And Garubi, now half an HP. Zen can do this, and he does. What a round. I mean, I thought it was all over. Vertigo, 2 quick kills there with the Deagle, but it's GODSENT who come away with the 11th thanks to a double dunk. And that is... Now getting a little bit tense for AGO. A little bit tense. I mean, obviously, that was just the pistols. They do get the 4x through this round. And hopefully for AGO, they will find a 14th here. If not, GODSENT. I mean, you said before with Zen stepping up, is it too little too late? Maybe not. Maybe it's just at the right time. The last possible moment for them as they now just sit 2 rounds behind AGO. And with a double AWPs for them to come through this round on AGO's side. I mean, is that going to be enough for them? 5 AKs for GODSENT. They're low on cash for a couple of players. They're going to have to try and... It's going to be a tooth-and-nail fight here. And Stiko finding the opening certainly puts AGO in a desperate position as Furlan tries to spray through the wall but won't connect any damage. And 5 on 4 for GODSENT. They look towards this A site. Furlan is going to be in for a world of pain. That's a work through. Ivy, he's going to just fall away. Teammate will instead give his life for the sacrifice, and Furlan can only find 1, as it's now a 4 on 2 GODSENT. Is this going to be a 12? Surely. It has to be a 2 on 4. The bomb tossed over towards the site. MHL tries to find the shot through the boxes, but can't quite connect, and Crystal will get that bomb down, as it now starts to tick away. Oscarish and MHL. Do they have the time? They have no kits, that's for sure. And they decide that it's going to be over, and look at Zen. Well, that's certainly sealed the round now. Oscarish to fall, and it's just MHL, a 1 versus 4. Try and save this up, and even that's going to be difficult with Farlig. A little over towards a B site. If he goes much further behind, he's going to get caught. It's a nice shot, though, but Farlig should close this out.
Oh!
Okay,
Not
I mean,
quite.
A little messy for Farlig, but he gets it either way. And GODSENT, 1 behind now. And AGO, what do you do here? Because you found 2 rounds in the CT side, and GODSENT, they found 8.
Yeah, I think a pause is the right thing to do. It's something I've mentioned time and time again. For some weird reason, we tend to see some teams not taking advantage of their pauses, which is kind of weird in my opinion. I mean, you got them anyways. You might as well use them if you think they give you any chance of bringing it back or getting it under control again in this case. But real quick, I want to point out, Sen wasn't really all that hot and heavy for the first half, but for the second, he's popped off massively. He's sitting on 28 kills. He's out-fracking every single other player on this server. And considering that the first half ended 11-4, that's brilliant. Sen has brought this back almost on his lonesome. That's ridiculous.
Yeah, I mean, 28-16. He's almost 2.0 KD. And, I mean, if you assume, like, most of those deaths were in the first half when AJO was sort of running rampant, that's an incredible turnaround. And, I mean, GODSENT, if just a couple more players start to sort of step up, like Stiko has been finding a couple opening kills now, it certainly got AJO worried. As they sit with pistols once more on that CT side, it's surely going to be a tie game here, unless AJO can pull something miraculous out of the bag, which I'm not sure they'll be able to do here. I think GODSENT, with Zen in the reins here, leading the charge for them, is going to be a hard adversary to overcome in this round. And what was looking like a pretty quick first map, it's only turned into something much more exciting.
It certainly has. As you said, 2 rounds on the board for Ego here for the second half on that CT side. It is something that we mentioned earlier. This is a fairly heavy T-sided map, and it can be very difficult to hold off the aggression on that CT side. As long as the T side, like, as long as they're pretty good with their utility, and GODSENT have actually stepped up their utility. Obviously, for the pistol, they missed that smoke, which was a little bit unfortunate. But
yeah,
their utility damage has actually upped massively here for the second half as well, and it's dropped off a little bit on the Ego side of it. So I think we're gonna see a little bit more, I guess, thought out utility usage from Ego as we move forward here. But yeah, it's gonna be difficult for them at this point for sure. GODSENT, I didn't think this was gonna happen. I must admit. I think I even said it. Ego was definitely gonna win it. But
yeah,
I might have to eat my own words. It's looking pretty good at this point for GODSENT.
I mean, I'll take that with you. I was right there with you in saying that AGO are looking phenomenal, and it's surely going to be their map here on Vertigo. And GODSENT really not looking too good. But, I mean, 12-13, the score don't lie. The amount of rounds that GODSENT have found on this second half do not lie either. And AGO, well, they've gotten themselves 4 HEs, 4 smokes, a single flashbang. Be interested to see where they get used, and obviously the pistols alongside a couple of 5.7s, few deagles. It's certainly going to be no match for what GODSENT have to bring to the party here with the assortment of rifles, and I think there's an AWP in spawn as well. Looking at it there, looks like, or is it just a rifle? Can't quite see, but I mean, GODSENT should be able to tie things up here. I don't think there's much in the way that AGO can do as that pause does come to an end. We'll be getting ourselves back live after just a quick brief technical.
And as I said, the utility damage has definitely upped on the GODSENT side of it. MHL and Groovy, I mentioned it in the first half. They're pretty low on their utility damage. The rest of Ego actually doing fine. 3 players sitting above 200 on utility damage is pretty good at this point. The ADR is all right across the board. It's not amazing.
Oh, no.
But Ego, we've seen them do this before. Can they do it again? It's Ferland this time around. He opens it up with a nice double damage dealt. Oh, Groovy. That's a good kill on Farley as well. Damage with that nade onto Crystal. Oh, no, not like this.
You know,
it's a triple from Ferland.
This is horrible. Maiden got spotted out through the scaffold and his model stuck through it. And he just got spammed by those deagles that spotted him. So the opening kill, due to a bug, a little bit, it's now just Stiko and, I mean, 1v4. Horrible way to lose that opening frag, but it looks like AGO would be able to mop up plenty otherwise. And Stiko has himself one. So now 1v3 with 35 points of health. MHL around the corner. Can he secure this one as well? MHL gives himself a known position. And Stiko with the jump, with the frag, gets MHL's head straight with the bullet. And now Oscarish and Groovy, they're going to just play together with that bomb towards the A ramp. And a smoke off. Just make things a little bit more difficult for Stiko. Even though there's a slight gap on the right, he's just going to push through the left.
I actually think pushing through the left here is the right call. Because you're obviously going to have one player, or at least, like, in theory, you're going to have one player sitting up in the alley and looking down towards the hole in the smoke.
Yeah.
This is a good decision from Ego, though. Like, to stack up like that and just patiently wait for him to pick up the bomb. That's a really good decision. They knew that time was in their favor as well, so... And again, Ferlin, we said it in the first half. Like, even when Ego had a couple of eco rounds in that first half, they still managed to deal so much economic damage. And it was Ferlin most of the time just hitting shots with those pistols, and he does it in this round as well. A round that should have gone in the favor of GODSENT, but somehow Ego managed to pull through. That's one way of doing it. Okay. I think Ego are done.
Yeah, they've given GODSENT a bit of a tease at what it would be like to win this game, but now they've decided, you know what, we actually do want to win it. As they just go all out towards the B site, oskrish finds himself 2. It is now a 5-on-2, and I mean, as I said in the last round, GODSENT did get a little bit unlucky with Maiden's player model actually sticking through the scaffolding sheets a little bit and revealing his position. So now, this time, they just get sprayed through smokes and all the bombs dropped on the other side. It's Crystal and Maiden to try and fight back. Flashbang to push through. Crystal will be able to recover that bomb. If he can walk over it, there we go.
But even recovering that bomb, I mean, it's still a 2-on-5 situation. And Ego, they're very healthy.
Ooh.
Oscar, the only one who wasn't, like, super healthy. He gets taken down from Maiden. Crystal finds one, but he's one and done. Quick round from Ego. Beautiful stuff. I don't see that very often. Like, running and jumping over the plywood on top of that smoke and just spraying and praying. Finding a double kill. Oscar getting the double there and getting a bit of help from his teammate as well. 3 frags in the first, what, 8 seconds of the round or something like that? That's pretty ridiculous.
Yeah, but, I mean, 12-15. I think it's all over here. One final hurrah for GODSENT to try and keep this first map alive, but it's MHL and Ferlin who find an opening apiece, and Zen and Farlig, they're able to answer back. A 3-on-3 ensues with the A site under heavy attack, and Farlig's going to be able to double himself up. Leaves just 2 alive. oskrish pushing in. That'll be able to find another frag for the AJO side. And Fiku and oskrish, can they close this one down? Can he find 16 for AJO? Fiku certainly isn't, as he gets taken down by Stiko. And now oskrish alone picks up a kit, has a smoke and a Molotov to use. Rather than incendiary, switches out to the AK-47, the slightly better weapon. But both these GODSENT players, they're just going to be tucked over towards Ivy. He does smoke off the bomb. He's hesitant about where these players may be. They're just both stacked up in Ivy, and he's going to need to push forward soon. Rather than later, that smoke's going to start to fade soon, and he's going to try and tap the bomb. It's, okay. He plays that pretty well, actually. As the smoke fades, he swings back out to check for the Ivy player. Takes the first, but as I said, the double stack there works out well, and it is a 13th for GODSENT. They stay alive in this game.
Yeah, they keep fighting with everything they've got. As I pointed out, they want to make sure that they salvage whatever they can. Like, just a little bit of dignity recovery, if you will.
Yeah.
I think that's like their main task at this point. Obviously, they can't really get anywhere. Like, they can't make it through to the playoffs, as I pointed out. So all they can really hope for is just to make sure that they don't only win one game in this entire season of Pro League.
Yeah, I mean, it's not a good look when you look back on the season in retrospect, but certainly, if you look deeper, there is a more promising GODSENT. Obviously, they're doing pretty well here against AJO on their map pick, and they're looking to try and force this to the final round of regulation. I mean, what were we saying before about OTs as well? I mean, AJ will have themselves another bye after this, as it's only Fico and oskrish who remain, and it should be GODSENT, but oskrish and... oh, just oskrish finds a kill. That'll be all he finds us. Now 15-14.
Mate, this is ridiculous.
It's as close as it can be as we head into the final round.
It was 11-4 after the first half. Like,
yeah.
Both were certain that Ego was going to take this. Again, their stats suggest that they're pretty good on this map, and they showed that on the T side. now they're having some issues here on the CT side. I think that's fair to say. And GODSENT, they're stepping it up massively. This is not how I thought this was going to go down.
No, I don't think anyone really expected this, apart from maybe some GODSENT fans.
I'm
Who
not
maybe
complaining.
Yeah, certainly not. I always love an exciting game, especially if I mean, if we go to overtime, a little bit of an icing on the cake. But maybe AGO with the buy up in this round as we get ourselves after the pause back into the game. It's going to be double AWPs for the CTs. Oh, sorry, single AWP. My bad. I misread an M4 as an AWP. That M401S, it just looked a little bit different to the other M4s, and one of those was not like the others, but it is just a single AWP from HL. The 4 M4s, and the 5 AKs for GODSENT, that with Zico able to find an opening frag. Oscarish tried that ambitious push like he did earlier on, and Fiku trade out, but AGO down a man still. As there's a lot of presence in towards mid for GODSENT. They're wrapping through CT, and Groovy is able to pick up one of them. That's Crystal denied the flank, but look at Zen's position already. He's going to be able to flank the flank as he takes down Groovy, leaving things in an advantage for GODSENT, but it doesn't last long. Furlan's able to trade, and Maiden and Farlig now left 2-on-2 as they push up towards the A site. Furlan is in already towards Ivy. He gets himself towards relative safety as he waits for his teammate to rotate in, which is good work. Farlig, though, is wary of this position, and he goes the more aggressive. He actually finds a frag. That was dangerous with the bomb, but he gets it done, and now Fiku left in a 1 versus 2. He hears the bomb going down, but the Molotov's going to keep him at bay, and all he has to work with is his AK-47, which finds a frag onto Farlig, and now it's just Maiden. 1v1. He's trying to find the shots. He tags him down low. Fiku's still on 70 points of health. Around the edge of the boxes, they dance like a little bit of a tango, but Maiden, 50 HP, is not going to be enough, and AGO, they will secure a 16th. Just about, as it goes all the way through full 30 rounds. But AGO will secure themselves the first map.